Testing. I have to do it to make sure it works now. Okay, I don't know what the plan for today is. Part of me kind of wants to just grind random nonsense on Destiny. Part of me kind of wants to play something else. I don't know. For now, let me put on some tunes.
Our mission is to bring the best new fiction forward, reliably bringing a short list of carefully chosen selections to our readers every.
Okay. Hopefully the Elgato doesn't freak out today. Look at, you see the one little tiny subscription? It's supposed to be a soda can. It's like on the edge of the cup. It didn't make it in. It's funny. I like it. Okay, well if I'm gonna play Apex, I would need to wear headphones. So I guess we'll piddle with Destiny for now. If I switch, I switch. I just, like, yesterday I finished, the last book I was reading, and then the jar has chosen this one. A Gathering of Shadows. It's actually book 2 in this, like, magic fantasy type book. It is not romantic at all. At least the first one wasn't. And that's fine. Not every book has to be romantic. So that's what the jar has chosen. But I don't think I'm going to read it yet. Because I'm like 10 books behind on my jar. So I'm going to read this one that's not a jar chosen book. This is a me chosen book. Secrets to the Grave. It's a murder mystery. This is my favorite. And it's one of those little tiny ones. Well, yeah. Hello? I know, but I'm just turning the camera on and all of a sudden I hear you whistling. Alright, go. You can show me, just show me later. I'm trying to stream because I told them I would. Alright. And I gotta be good to my word. Oh, let me post. What's up, Phoenix? I was just talking about books. Did you miss it? I'll tell you again. You miss it? What's up, Bert? Oh, coming in with all the stiff. No, I was saying, Phoenix, because you always ask me books. I finished this one yesterday. This one was a romance, very dark romance. It was so damn good, but also so damn sad. And then because I used my little jar to pick, the jar picked this one, Gathering of Shadows. It's a magic fantasy. It's not romance. At least the first one wasn't. But because I'm like 10 book videos behind on my TikTok, when I say 10 videos, because like I post a video picking it, I post a video reviewing it, and I have like 5 books that I need to do that for. So because I'm behind on the videos, I chose this one to read in between getting caught up. This one's a murder mystery, serial killer vibe, and it's a small one. So I don't put the small ones in the jar. So that one I'm going to read while I try to get caught up. And then I'll read the magic one. But it was really good. The first one anyway. I'm also slowly but surely kind of sort of listing some of them. Most of my book videos are on TikTok, but I've been trying to add them to YouTube as well. There's a couple on Instagram. They just don't really do very well on Instagram. That I just don't really post them there. But YouTube has them. YouTube has some of the older ones, like some of the beginning ones. I'm trying to lead up to being caught up on YouTube, but the newest ones I add to TikTok. And I don't think you have a TikTok, so you can watch them on YouTube. My YouTube is the same. Well, it might have an underscore underneath it. Like my life in a box underscore. I can't remember for sure. I think there's a thing that says like, is it that? No? Let me see. I think you are. I think it's under your real name. I could have sworn I had a Moobot notification for that. Yeah, I don't want to say your real name because on here it's not your real name, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it is under your real name. Yeah, it's like, I think I remember. Okay. Well, I don't remember what the socials. Let me find it. I thought it was under socials, but it's either it's not working or it's not under socials. Let me look real fast. And then I will video game. It says it's disabled. Why is it disabled? Excuse me. Custom. Oh, okay. It's under this. HeLLo. There you go. That's my link tree. If you're not following it, but I'm pretty sure you are. I want to say at least. Okay. Did I post? I think I got sidetracked. Oh, I did. I got sidetracked. I started to do it and then I got sidetracked chit-chatting. Alright. We good now? Okay. Let me know if the audio sounds good, if the music's too loud, let me know. Let me know the things. But yeah, I need to post more to YouTube because like I said, I'm trying to because TikTok may or may not words get banned still. I'm trying to shift shift everything over. Whoa. I am on YouTube and here. I don't do the other two. No, I got you. Yeah, a lot of people don't like TikTok, and I personally don't always like TikTok. I like it because I feel like it's easy to post book content. Sometimes I post a video, like today. I posted a video over an hour ago on TikTok, and it had 1 view. That, to me, says there's something wrong, because normally my book content, if it's gonna get views, it's gonna get views within the first hour, and then from then on it'll trickle some more. So 1 view in an hour, I think it's like shadow banned, and I don't know why that keeps happening, but every time it does, the video will end up doing like nothing, and then like another couple days later I'll post a new video and that one will be fine. I don't know, and I'm not like I'm doing different, the video is the same content, so if they're watching one and watching the other, then why wouldn't they watch this one? You know what I mean? And all the hashtags you have to post are the exact same, so the same people should be seeing the same video, but yet it does nothing, which tells me that it's like blocked, and I don't know why they do that. I don't know, is it like, are they mad at me? Because I do watch a lot of live streams on TikTok. I watch like a lot of Pokemon people. The last couple of weeks I've been watching these I think they're Chinese, I could be wrong, selling toys, like blind box toys. The toys are adorable, and the ladies are adorable. Like I think it's adorable when somebody in another country speaks English, because their accents obviously are still really heavy, and it's just so cute. And they're also different too. But also the toys are really, it's I don't know, when I'm cooking or cleaning or just being bored, there's something about just randomly watching shit. Like, I'll watch these British women. There's this one lady, she owns her own company, and her mom and her sister and a bunch of her friends work with her, or technically for her, but she does snacks. She like packages up like candy and chips and cookies and cereal, because in Britain, or I should say in the UK, they don't allow a lot of things, you know, because like their sugar. Yeah. Well, thank you. I remember my books, and if I don't remember, it takes me a minute, but I will remember my books. Like the magic one, I could probably recite most of what happened in the first one. And I read it like sometime last year. I don't remember when. Alright. But yeah, so she does like cookies and chips, and I don't know, there's just something fun about those videos to me, where they open stuff and they sell it. I wish I could do like a little shop, like online shop, little store. Which I think is why I really want people to buy my used books. Like, if I'm done with it, there's really no point in keeping it. And it would be a lot of fun for me if people would buy some of them, so I could like package them up and ship them off. Nerd, I know. So let me know if you want to buy one of my books. I'll sign it for you. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm only selling the ones that I either have already read them or probably won't read them. Like, if it's a book that I'm just like, I don't really like it, or it changed my mind. And then there's a couple that are like brand spanking new. One of them I'm selling because later on she came out and said that she will not, and she might have changed it since then, but originally she said she will not be making the second book in a hardcover. Only the first book was hardcover. The second one will just be paperback. And I don't like it when my books don't match. And then she came out with like a duo special, and I was like, well, I'll just get that instead. And that way they match, and therefore I don't need the first one. It's brand new. So I'm trying to sell that one. I'm trying to sell, and I bought it like last year because I was patiently waiting for her next ones to come. Because I own like 14 of her books, and I've read them all, and I've loved them all. But the problem with her books is that she leaves you wanting more, So I don't like to read book 1 when book 2's not out yet, because I'll finish book 1 and then I'll be like, ugh, until the second one comes. So it's better to wait till all of the books release for her, because she does leave you with a lot of like cliffhangers, a lot of suspense. So this last book trio that she came out with, I only bought it on Kindle, because I'm trying to condense my books. I have too many and I'm running out of space. So, because that one was going to be a 3-book, you'll buy it if I sign it. I'd have to pick a good one for you to buy. I don't know. I'd have to go through them. Well, I can give you the link and you can look at them, I guess. Yeah, I love them, but I hate them. I love cliffhangers if I have the book next. If I don't have the book next, I'm going to be upset, because then I can't read it for months or years. Which is why I haven't actually started reading Fourth Wing yet. Fourth Wing came out last year, and then the second one came out like 5-6 months later, and then the third one came out about a year later. Actually, it was more than last year. It's like a year and a half ago. I own the first 3. There's 5 total. I heard the first one ends in a cliffhanger, so I didn't want to read it yet. The second one ends in a cliffhanger, so I didn't want to read it yet. And the third one, it sounds like book 4 may not come out for 2 years. So I don't want to read it yet. I'll just wait patiently. I will wait patiently for the books to come out, and then I'll just binge them. But I'm buying them when they release, because that particular book, she has like day 1 special covers and stuff. If you don't buy it when it first releases, then how do I give you this? Oops. Hold on. Is there a way to like share my link? Oh, share. Copy. Here, I can come into... Oh, wait, does it have my real name? No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll have to wait till I get a good one. See, the problem is some of the books I really, even after I read them, I really love them, that I don't want to sell them. And some of them, I read it and I just don't want, either I liked it and I just don't want to keep it, but a lot of the books that I have on there, I've already read and I don't think I'll read again. There you go. He's playing, what is he playing? I have my headphones in, so I didn't even hear him till you said something. He's doing the Earth story? I'm not sure. I was gonna run some Iron Banner. Let me see. Can I even do more? Yeah, I think I only have 7 books on there for now. And I have not... Oh, I do have more. I have not sold one yet. There's so many people put one of my books, the one that I have that's brand new, they put it in their like cart, and then a couple of them put it in their like wish list, but nobody's actually bought one yet, which is kind of fun, because I need to know how the process works. I haven't done it, so I don't know. This, a double barrel shotgun, right here. Is that what you're talking about? My little, well, it's actually not a double barrel. It's just a small little, what do you call that? Stubby on the website. My hand. You like my profile? Oh, that's Bowser. My profile picture? That's Bowser. Yeah, he's too cute, so I decided to make him my picture. I'm holding him up. He's really heavy, so it's not easy. He's like 10 pounds. Which doesn't sound heavy, but because he's bulky, he's like, yeah. If that's what you're talking about, the picture, yeah. He's too cute. Is it blurry? Yeah, he's like, what are you doing to me? Okay, what was I using? I think I had... I think I was doing this. Oh. There we go. Yeah. I took that one actually, it's been a little while since I took it. He might be bigger than that now, but I don't know. I have to go through all of my books and add more. For now, I have a couple that I've either recently finished or a couple that I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to read this, or a couple, there's two that are brand spanking new. The one that's got really pretty roses, that one's brand new. And then the one that, called HeLLo something, HeLLo Games, that one's brand new. The others are used, some of them red, some of them not. Let me see, actually, did I add the... Some of them are gonna have stamps in them too, because... I got arms? What? I didn't know I got arms. Oh, I'm so excited. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it? Croats McGroats? I just need that helmet, dude. I just need that helmet. Oh my gosh, these arms are awesome. Hell yeah. I will be for sure getting those ornamented. Stat. Let me do it right, man. It's not what I meant to do. No. Damn it. Which one did I have on there? Oh, this one. Well, what would you read? I don't know if you'd be into like the love story kinds. I'm not. What, honestly, what would be the best one would be that one that I told you the entire story. The magic witch vampire one. You remember that one? But I don't own that. I'd have to buy it and then sell it to you. I don't know. I'm trying to think. That one? Yeah, I don't even know what it sells for. It's on Amazon, I'm sure. Buy it and then sell it to you. Let me see. Because we were invested in that one. Oh my gosh, what was it even called? It's been so long. Oh no, I gotta think of it. Marionettes. That was right? That vampire one was awesome. I don't own this one. Well, it would cost me $15 just to buy it, which means I'd have to sell it to you for more than that because I gotta pay for shipping. So I don't know if that's a good deal. I honestly don't know how much shipping would cost either. I'd have to like research it, figure out where you live, and like what kind. I mean, because I bought packaging and I bought bubble wrap so I could wrap it up tight when I do mail them out. I just don't know what the shipping would cost. I haven't been to the store to see like, hey, what is the cost to ship blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. For 15. If I already owned it, that would be one thing, but that was one that I read on my Kindle that I just was like, oh, well, I've already read it, so I don't really want to buy them. And there was like 4 of them. When there's more than one, and the fact that my storage is already limited, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at them all and see. When you say no freaky, would you rather like a murder mystery, like a thriller, or because I read a lot of those too, and those are the ones that's probably gonna be put on there mostly, because even if I like a murder mystery thriller, the reading it the second time is never as good as the first time, you know, because you already know what's gonna happen. So I read a little, I think it's on here, The Last to Vanish. That one was pretty dang good. Yeah, I try to keep them around like $5, but because the website charges a fee to use their website, I have them listed just a little bit more so that I get to pocket the $5. I think it's like $1 or something more. They keep like $1, whatever. This one was good. The Last to Vanish, that one was really good. I just finished it, so there's no point in reading it a second time. I did not read The Murder House, so I don't know. I just had it for so long that I was like, I'm probably never going to read this. And then The Bitter Season, I probably should read that one. Criminal I read, I just don't remember. It was so long ago. Those are both crime books. Bitter Season and Criminal. And Last to Vanish is also a criminal book. The Bourbon Kings is a love story drama kind of a vibe. Your message? Oh, hold on. Inappropriate. Yeah, then you would probably rather have like a serial killer-y murder mystery thriller kind of vibe. But I just don't, I'd have to think of which one, because some of them are really good. I read this one. Sitting on the shelf. I read this one recently. This one was really good. Blood Trail. It's not sex. It's not creepy stuff. It's it says it's elk season in the Rockies, but a different kind of hunter is stalking a different kind of prey. Game wardens have found a man dead at the mountain camp, strung up, gutted, and flayed as if he were the elk he'd been pursuing. A poker chip is left next to the body. As ripples of horror spread throughout the community, Governor Rulon is forced to end hunting season early. Are the murderers the work of a deranged anti-hunting activist, or of a lone psychopath with a personal vendetta? Wyoming game warden Joe Pickett is the man to track down the murderer before someone declares open season on humans. I read this one a while back, but it was really good. I just haven't listed the tiny ones because they're so small. I probably would have to list them really cheap because they only cost me like approximately $10 I don't. They cost approximately $10-ish. Some of them are like $7, some are $8. It's like $7 to $10 for these little small ones. So I would probably would do like at least half. So it probably would cost you like $5 to be the whole thing. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'll have to find you a tasteful one. Tasteful. Alright. I think I'm ready for Iron Banner. Yeah, but so either way, I'm gonna be doing that because if I can get rid of some of the books I've already read and make back a small profit of what I paid for them, it would help pay off new ones and or just make space. I don't really like it when my books are... I don't really like it when I have to stack them too much. I want them to be like more display. Like I don't mind if some are this way and some are this way, but if they're like stacked all the way, it just looks ugly. So I need to make some space. Plus for a while there, I was part of the Book of the Month Club. So I have some books that either I haven't read or probably won't because it's a monthly subscription. It's a monthly subscription, and what is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, it's a monthly subscription, and you can't pick. It's like you have to pick from a allotted amount. So some of the books I picked, I was like, oh, this sounds okay, but I'm really not sure if they sound okay. So. Yeah, the one I'm going to read right now is a murder mystery. It also has this nice, listen. Hear it? Nice flappy, it might have been loud. Nice flappy pages, they're soft. It's very soft. But this is what I'm going to read now. Well, not right this second now, but next. This one over here that I read a couple of days ago was pretty good. It was a little intense at times, I'm not gonna lie. It's called The Hunting Wives. It was like, I need to put there's a cover for it. I need to put the cover back on. I gotta make a video of me reviewing it. It's like this woman works in Chicago. She's in some kind of fashion editor, magazine, website thing, whatever. But she's kind of tired of the hustle and bustle of the city. And her husband, they just had their baby, and she's just kind of over it. So when the baby's about 2, they decide to move to a part of Texas that she lived at when she was a teenager. She went to high school for like 17 and 18, so junior, senior year. And she liked it. So they moved back to the small town. And before she met her good, proper, nice, sweet husband, she apparently always went for the bad boys. She was a bit of a wild woman, it sounds, the way they describe her. So she's in this small town and she's bored. Essentially, she's bored. So she starts kind of sort of like obsessing over this one socialite woman. She's like the fanciest, most amazing woman in town. Everyone knows her. She's popular. Her family's super rich. They own like everything. Her name is Margot. And Margot is gorgeous and just amazing. So she's stalking her pretty much on Facebook. And then she meets her. And then they start hanging out because Margot has this group called the Hunting Wives, where they like to shoot skeet, which is the shotgun with the targets. They like to shoot skeet on Margot's lake property in the woods. And then afterward, they get shit-faced drunk and they go looking for dudes. Even though they're all married, apparently they like to flirt, and they say they do things, they just don't do all the things. They're still cheating, but I don't know. I guess when you're rich, that's just how those people are. I don't know. But so they go out hunting, and Margot and the group, there's 4 of them, they meet the main character. Her name is Sophie, and Margot invites Sophie to come do their hunting wives thing. Yeah, it's like, well, Margot's husband apparently cheats on her left and right, so he doesn't seem to care that she's hooking up with people. The other 2, I'm not sure. One of them, I think she's like either she's bisexual or she just, I don't know. I think she's like in love with the main character, Margot. Her name is Callie. She's married, but she seems quite like intrigued. I don't know. There was rumor that the 2 of them had like a college fling. So, who knows? Maybe they're just friends. I'm not sure. That poor man just got destroyed. We gotta get B. Where y'all going? You're gonna get C? Won't that shift us? Oh, that little guy that lives in the food world, and all day and all night and everything he sees is just him. Ah! Nope, nope, nope. Ow. For him and himself. Where'd he go? Ah! Thank goodness he was worried about me. Well, I mean, swingers is where they do it and they don't care about it. Right? Where the couples know. Isn't that what it is? Where they, like, both cheat, but they don't. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Ah! It's harder when I can't hear, but I don't want to wear my headphones because I got music. Yeah, no, so that's what they do. They get drunk, they shoot their shotguns, and then they hook up. Well, they make out and stuff. They don't, at least they're not, they say they're not doing. This guy's using a bow. But yeah, so she becomes quite obsessed with Margot. The main character does. And then we find out that Margot, right? Margot is hooking up with Tina, one of the other hunting wives. Tina's teenage son. He's 18, but he's still in school, so he's like, you know, he's a senior. Margot's like 40, 41. She's not young. And Tina she didn't know for sure, but she had speculation because, there was speculation she was doing it because, excuse me? Because Margot has a thing for younger guys, and when they go out hunting for their guys, there's a lot of time where she'll pick like the young high schooler or college student. She just likes them younger. And there was one time where they had a party and they found Margot and her son, his name is Brad, Tina's son, kind of together, but it was not confirmed. Yeah, so needless to say, Tina is a little upset about that, with reason. Callie is upset because, like I said, I think she's kind of, well, he's technically legal, you know. At least he is now. I don't know about in the beginning of the story, was he legal? I don't know. But in our part of the story, she's not breaking any laws, technically. But it's still fucked up. How can you be 40 and be like, yeah, look at this child. Let me get some of that. What? Oh my gosh. I don't know how people do that. But she, so Tina is a little bit perturbed about that. Callie, like I said, I think she's in love with Margot or she's just like absolutely best friends with her, but she doesn't really like it, but she also won't tell Margot no. And Jill, oh, sorry. Tina is not, Jill is Brad's mom. Sorry. Tina just doesn't like that she likes younger men. It makes her uncomfortable. She doesn't like it. Jill is his mom. Sorry. And, so Abby is 17 and she's dating Brad. And then Abby winds up missing. For a whole week she's missing. And then she ends up dead on Margot's property. Who shot me? Oh, the guy that left. So Abby's missing for a week and then she winds up dead on Margot's property. Like the lake property. Literally where they shoot their guns. She ends up dead. And I gotta switch to something faster. So she winds up dead on the property, and they start to question everybody. Now, they mentioned that Abby had been shot with a shotgun. Now, my first thought, so literally just before this happened, the night that the girl went missing, they were out shooting, and because the shotgun that they used has a lot of kick to it, Margot brought her dad's old shotgun that has a little bit less kick, right? And the main character Sophie used it, right? So the second they said, oh, she was killed with a shotgun, I thought, oh no, her fingerprints are on that gun. Sure enough, her fingerprints are on that gun. What do you mean misadventure? What? How is that a misadventure? Good. I did absolutely shite this game. Oh! Yikes. Good thing my team was doing good because I sucked so bad that time. But, so her fingerprints are on the gun. So Sophie is like a person of interest because of the fingerprints. Now, does she have any connections between Abby? No. Between, the boyfriend? No. Nothing. So they start saying, somebody informs the police anonymously that she's obsessed with Margot and that they think maybe she killed Abby because Margot and Brad were dating and Abby was in the way, and that she thought it would make Margot happy by getting rid of Abby. That's what the police say. She wants, right? And with no kick. Exactly. So, but she has no reasoning, right? And the night that Abby went missing, she was at Margot's lake house. Her and Margot were shit-faced drunk. Margot had invited Brad and his friend Jamie over, who's also 18. And she didn't want to tell the police this because they had played spin the bottle, and her and Jamie had kissed, and she feels horrible about it, and she doesn't want her husband to know. She didn't want the police to know because then they'll tell her husband. So she doesn't say anything, and Margot doesn't say anything. But then Margot comes clean and tells the police that she's been dating Brad or hooking up with Brad. So now they know, and they know about Jamie, and they know about Sophie. So she's like, shit. So then, of course, her husband finds out, and her husband kicks her out. So she's staying in an apartment or in a hotel. But then she finds out that Abby was pregnant, and she's like, well, maybe there was, yeah. I know. She's like, maybe, maybe because Abby was pregnant, maybe Brad wanted to get rid of Abby because he's going to college. He's got a scholarship to Notre Dame to play football. Having a kid at 18 straight out of high school would ruin all that. So he's like, maybe. Yeah, it's like, so maybe he wanted to get rid of her because he's got a life ahead of him. You know, we don't know. And then they find out that they tried to get Abby to have an abortion, but Abby's from a religious family and she just couldn't do it. They were like, Jamie, the guy that she hooked up with, he had a crush on her, Abby. He said he'd known her since they were in elementary school together. He always had a crush on her, but she never liked him. She only liked Brad. And he didn't like that Brad was being mean to her and treating her that way. And it said that they tried to force her into abortion. She'd even gone down to a clinic, but she didn't actually do it. And so Sophie's like, how did she get down there? Who took her? So she starts going down, because he mentioned it was down in Dallas. So she goes to Dallas and she starts going from a clinic to clinic to clinic, showing the picture of Abby in the newspaper saying that she's dead, because obviously patient-client history, you know, that all that secret stuff, it's fine once they're dead, you can tell. So finally, the fourth or fifth clinic that she goes to, they're like, yeah, we know her, and she was in here with 2 women. And so she's thinking that it's Callie and Margot, because Margot obviously was dating Brad, and Callie will do anything that Margot wants. So she's like, okay, surely the 2 of them were in on it. But then, so she finds all this out. She calls the police detective, who, even though he has suspicions that she's a part of this, he doesn't really want to believe she's part of it. He believes that she's telling the truth, but the evidence, her fingerprints. So, sure enough, her story gets partially, corroborated? Yeah, that's the word. Because there's a neighbor, like this old man, that lives near her. She likes to jog a lot. And he seems like a kind of creepy old man. He kind of watches her when she jogs, but he's really not. He's just, he's just a weird old man. And he had a picture of her, like I said, creepy old man. He had a picture of her jogging in the woods, and it was like time-stamped around the same time that she said she was there. So she was like, she wasn't lying, obviously. She's like, I said I was here. So she then tells the police detective, by the way, I found this clinic. They tried to pressure her into abortion. You should look into it. They said they have CCTV. So he goes and does this, but then he comes back to her and he's like, it wasn't Margot and Callie who was on the camera. It was Callie and Jill, which is Brad's mom. And at this time, it's like, oh shit, because currently in the story, she is with Jill on Jill's boat, telling Jill all of this information that she just learned. Not knowing that Jill's the motherfucker who shot Abby with the shotgun. And she was trying to frame Margot for it because Margot's screwing her son and she's pissed about it. Right? She killed Abby because Abby refused to get the abortion. And she wasn't about to let nobody ruin her son's life. And now, Sophie's in danger. She's on a boat. But luckily, she had told the police detective that she was going to go see Jill, so they kind of knew where she was at. Right? So Yeah, it was really good. It was actually really good. So I was like, damn. Oh, and I forgot I forgot a step. I forgot a step. She tried to frame Margot, right? For the murder. But then Sophie had touched the gun, so it was her fingerprint. So she was pissed about that. But then after it came, everyone came clean about the fact that she was for sure having an affair with Brad. She was pissed because even after that, Brad was still hooking up with Margot. And Jill was pissed. So Jill kills Margot too. I completely forgot to say that part. So she kills Abby because she won't get an abortion. And then she kills Margot because Margot's screwing her son. And then she was gonna kill Sophie because Sophie figured it all out. Well, was figuring it all out. Yeah. Sorry. I completely forgot that spot. Yeah. So Margot got drowned. And the last person that saw her alive was also Sophie. So she was kind of sort of leaning into the fact that the police were already looking at Sophie. So she was gonna double frame her. How did he not get tangled? So she killed everyone. Yeah, she killed Sophie, or Margot, and she killed Abby, and she was gonna kill Sophie. She actually had Sophie in execution type positioning, like her on the ground. She was gonna make it look like a suicide. Like she was distraught because she killed Margot and blah blah blah. Like a suicide. But then Callie, who happened to live nearby and was absolutely, like I said, either she was in love with Margot or she was best friends, we don't know. But she was so distraught. She was so distraught. You're stupid, turret. That Margot is dead, that she had been kind of sort of hanging out at Margot's lake house because she was sad and she missed her best friend. I mean, they had known each other since like college, you know, like 20 years. And she heard the gunshot. So Sophie tried to get the gun from Jill, and then Jill popped a shot. And obviously missed because they were fighting for the gun. She heard that gunshot. So she came to where the noise was, and she walked up on the scene about the same time that she heard Jill kind of sort of confessing to everything she had done. So she ends up pulling a gun on... Jill just in time for the police to roll up. So the police showed up at the perfect time to save the day. So Jill got arrested. Brad was innocent. Jamie was innocent. Sophie was innocent. Her husband's still pissed at her that she was making out with a teenager. They were just... Oh no. No, I think she was in love with her because there was rumor that she had like a relationship with her. But I don't know for sure. I mean, because Callie was married to a guy, so I'm not sure. Like I said, she could have just been in love with her. Or she could have just felt like, you know, it's her best friend. I don't know for sure. But yeah, so after she hooked up with Jamie, she actually hooked up with Margot in the story. The night that Margot was killed, Sophie and Margot, they hooked up. And then, and she told Sophie that she was going to help her get out of it because she believed her that she was innocent, that she didn't actually kill Abby. And then that night, Jill murders Margot, so it didn't look very good. She also didn't want to tell anybody that she had hooked up with Margot. Especially now, her husband's already mad at her, right? So, damn, yeah. Callie witnessed said stuff, and then she went home because she was with Margot that night. She went home, so she said that the last thing she had seen was that, but the police detective agreed to not. How dare you use this gun? I will. Bruh. I know. I think Callie likes Margot, but I don't. I mean, she didn't. She was jealous. She was definitely jealous about Margot and Sophie. And Margot, I feel like Margot liked everyone. I think Margot just liked attention, honestly. Sophie liked her, Brad liked her, so she just like, and you get some, and you get some, and you get some. She just like wanted it all. But Sophie was really upset when Margot died. She didn't think she was in love with her or anything. Motherfuckers. Yeah, so that's the hunting vibes. I read that one, and then I read this one. This one was, oh my god, this one was horrible. How did it end? The police showed up just as Callie showed up, so she didn't get to shoot Sophie. So Jill got caught, and Jill went to jail. Sophie, her husband and her, he's staying in an apartment, she's staying in the house with their kid. He said he needs time. But like I said, he doesn't know about her and Margot. Honestly, she should have told him that if she's going to genuinely let him decide what he wants to do. Because kissing an 18-year-old and, you know, being with a woman, it's a little different. So, but yeah, Jill went to jail. And that was how it ended. It was like, problem solved, case solved. And Margot's dead, so, you know, fun's over. Sophie's still friends with Tina, and Callie and her don't really see each other, but they were not really close to begin with. Yeah. And the creepy old man saved the day kind of too, even though he's a creep. And then this one, oh my gosh, this one was so bad. Bad but good, like bad as an emotional fucking drama. This one... Our main character named Tyler, he's wandering in the woods late at night. His favorite time of day is between 4 and 6 in the morning. Just before, it's like dusk, before the sun comes up. He lives in the woods in a small little, like, tiny, what they call it, a tiny house. Because it's got, like, a bed, a tiny kitchenette, and, like, a small, teeny tiny small living room with a tiny bathroom. It's, like, all, like, one... It's like 300 square feet, you know what I mean? Those tiny houses. And he helps find stray dogs because in the woods a lot of animals go missing. Like if you're jogging with your dog and you're like, oh, my dog would never run away from me. And then they see a squirrel and they take off running and then they get lost. So he'll help find the animals. So he wanders around at night looking for the animals and checking because they have feeder traps out. Not like trap, but like... just like, I guess it'd be more like feed stations, like food and water. So he checks those to make sure they're topped off in case there is a stray animal, or someone's lost animal. And he hears this noise, and he heard it before. Different story. No, this is a completely different story. So, yeah. So Tyler is wandering in the woods looking for, you know, looking for stuff, and he hears this noise. And he doesn't know what the noise is, but he heard it like before, like a couple of days ago. But last time he heard it, he was in the middle of doing something like. This one's rough, dude. So he's in the middle of looking for an animal, so he couldn't investigate the noise. But this time he's got nothing else going on. He's like, I'm gonna go see what this noise is. He gets to where the noise is. And it's like underground. He's like, how is it underground? I'm in the middle of the woods. There's nothing underground. So, and like I said, it's like 4 in the morning, 4:30. It's not, the sun's not out. And so he's like wandering around, patting the ground. He finds like a hatch, like a solid hatch. And he opens it. And inside this hatch is a girl. What the... Right? Go back home, bro. So he sees this hatch, and inside of it is a girl. And he doesn't know how old she is, but she looks young. She's skin and bones. She's, you know, very, very skinny. I I need a different gun. Holy shit. Nope, that one. And she's holding a dog. She's holding a small dog. And they're just in this, like, hole in the ground with a hatch-type door. And she looks terrified. And he's like, how the fuck is there a girl in here? So he tries to call the police. Now, the thing you need to know about Tyler is he can't talk very well. Like, at all. I will tell you why afterwards. So, he calls the police, but he doesn't really speak. So, he's having a hard time. He's trying to explain, like, he's like, girl in the hole. You know, like, raspy, like, there's a girl in the hole, you know? She's trapped, you know, and he's trying to explain to him that she's in a hole. She's near this certain part of the woods. She, you know, send help. And then he hangs up because he says, I'm going to get her. He uses the leash that he has, because he has a leash with him in case he finds a dog. So he uses the leash to kind of like hang it down for her to grab onto so he can kind of help pull her up. And she looks at the dog and then she looks at him and he says, he you know, like I said, he's very raspy. He doesn't speak very well. He tells her to hold on to the dog too. He'll help get the dog too, because she clearly doesn't want to leave the dog. Yeah, he doesn't like people. Yeah, within reason. So he's in there. He's trying to grab her out, and when he pulls her out of the hole with the dog, they kind of fall back onto the ground, right? So they're like in the dirt, and she's like next to him in the dirt, and she's kind of like holding onto his shirt, and then she kind of looks at him, and she's just kind of looking, and she's just like inspecting him, like checking him, you know, and they kind of have like this like moment of almost like she's like happy, it's excited, like he saved her, something, you know, something very innocent, nothing weird. But then she starts to panic, and now she's clutching at his shirt and panicking, and she's kind of like freaking out, and she says, oh no, the bad man's coming. And he turns and he looks over his shoulder, and sure enough, there's a guy, and he's coming at the dude, and he looks pissed. And the guy Tyler describes this man, you know, like how you can say like, oh, you can see a person's soul in their eyes, and he describes this man as soulless. This man has no fucking soul. His eyes are like black. He's like evil. He said you can almost feel the evil coming off of him. And he's looking at Tyler like, the fuck are you doing? So he walks over and he punches Tyler in the face, and it takes Tyler a second because, you know, he wasn't expecting that. And he manages to, he manages to, like, wrestle with the guy. The guy pulls out this big-ass, like, 8-inch, like, hunting knife. And he's, like, trying to fight this man off. And he manages to knock the knife off, like, out of the guy's hand, right? And he kind of has the guy pinned. And he's able to, like, shift around to where he's on top of the guy now. And he's holding him down. And while this is happening, the main character, she grabs this big ass rock and she smashes it over the bad guy's head. And it takes a minute for him to register what happened, but then Tyler realizes this guy is not dead. He's just like kind of barely stunned. So he is now choking the man. He's choking the man. And he chokes the man because in that moment he realizes it's either me or him. So he chokes the man and he kills him. And then about this time, they can hear sirens. The police are on their way. And, oh my god. They can hear sirens. And, then the dog starts to run off. And the little girl says, get him. And so he jumps up and he's trying to tell the little girl with like his raspy hoarse voice not to chase the dog, because, you know, being that he catches strays and scared dogs, he knows if you chase them, they're more likely to run. That if he doesn't chase the dog will probably come back. But all the police hear is her saying, get him, while this man is chasing her and she's chasing the dog. So, and they don't really know who's the bad guy in the scenario, right? There's a dead guy, and then there's Tyler. So they arrest Tyler, and he's confused because he's like, I fucking helped her. I saved her. What are you doing? But because his voice hurts to talk, he doesn't really want to talk anymore because he's already spoken a lot to her and the police that he kind of just stops talking. And so she gets taken by the police. He gets taken by the police. They call an ambulance. They take her to the hospital. They're having her, like, checked out and inspected. And they determine... Hold on, my music stopped. Okay. They determined this little girl got kidnapped when she was 5 years old. And she has been captured for 11 years. She is now 16. But she doesn't look it because she's been either in a basement or in a hole for fucking 11 years. And Tyler found her in the middle of the woods. Like a winch or something. No, she was kidnapped, and the only person she has seen for 11 years was that guy that she calls the bad man. And why is this freaking out? And I'm not going to go into detail on stream about how bad he is, but he's fucking horrible. Let's just put it that way. He's horrible. And, she is trying to tell the people at the hospital she wants her dog. Where's her dog? Where's her dog? Where's her dog? And, her name is Holly, by the way. His name is Tyler. Her name is Holly. And they're telling her they don't know where the dog is. Her parents show up. She hasn't seen them in 11 years. Her parents show up, and they're telling her the same thing pretty much. Like, oh, you can't have a dog in the hospital. She just wants her dog. She just wants her dog. Yeah, she had a bag with her when she was kidnapped. She was walking home from school, and as a mom, I'm like, who the fuck lets their 5-year-old daughter walk home from school? What? Like, go pick her ass up. What do you mean she's walking home from school? And then she had a friend with her, but when this bad man rolls up in his vehicle and starts to grab the girl, the friend takes off running and screaming and, leaves her. She's 5 also. Like, what's she gonna do? So, yeah. And, so the parents, you're talking 11 years. They don't really know what to do, what to feel, what to think. And part of them, I feel like, thought she was dead. Yeah. Like, hell no. You don't. My kids, my youngest is 9 and I pick him up from school every day. Like, what? Even if we lived a little closer, I would still go get him. Like, what else are you doing? Go get your kid. People, man. Woo, got him. No, supposedly they did look for her. They looked for her. They had search parties. Her older brother looked. Their friends looked. The neighborhood looked. Everyone looked. And they live in a small town, which is crazy that they couldn't find her. But see, the thing is, this guy kept her in, like, this secluded basement type building, like a room, or he kept her in that hole. Nobody knew where she was. And we found out, obviously, later on in the story, like, he was a teacher. He had he had a wife and 2 kids. Like, he seemed, by all accounts, he seemed like the normal fucking neighborhood guy. Nobody suspected him of anything. And they had no leads. And all she had on her was her little backpack with some of her books that she liked to take with her to school. And they were all, like, fairy tale, Once Upon a Time, The Prince Finds You kind of books. So she told herself, because she read them every day, even before she got kidnapped, she used to read her books every day. And while she was kidnapped, that's what she did. She kept reading her books every day. And she kept telling herself her prince would find her. He would find her. He would come for her. He would save her. So when Tyler saves her, she says, oh, he's her prince. So she kept telling them, where's my prince? Where did he go? I need to see him. Is he going to come back? Where did he go? And they're like, leave him be, And the dog, too. That's all she had was her books and her dog. And they both came, he would only allow them. It was like give and take with him. So bad shit happened for her to keep said books and keep the dog. And he found a dog that somebody had debarked, which I did not know that was a thing, but they like had the vocals messed with so the dog couldn't bark. And that was the noise that Tyler heard. The dog was barking, but because he can't actually bark, it was just a weird noise, and Tyler heard the barking. I know, I didn't know that was a thing. But because Tyler rescues animals and he works, his mom runs like a shelter or like a clinic for animals and stuff, so he knows a lot about animals and dogs. I didn't either. Yeah, no, it was horrible. So 100% that man deserved way more than just being strangled to death, but no, the parents didn't seem to give a shit about Tyler. And once she got out of the hospital, she was in the hospital for a couple weeks, and once she got out of the hospital, they sent her to a facility because she was so not great. I mean, within reason. Everything he did to her pretty much was bad, and the only times that she got anything good was, like I said, because something bad happened. The only person she saw for 11 years was bad. He used to put drugs in her food and her drink, so she was afraid to eat or drink anything. So that's why she was so skinny. And also when she was in the hospital, she was afraid to drink or eat anything. She refused, a lot. She didn't trust nobody. So she didn't want her family to touch her. She didn't want them to, give her food. She was like afraid of all of it. So, so when they were done with her, like in the hospital, they sent her to a facility because they weren't sure how to take care of her, how to fix her. I mean, they haven't seen their daughter since she was 5, and now she's extremely broken. Now, I get that. I get sending her somewhere or taking her somewhere to help with her mental state. But tell me why she was in... So, we start the story, she's 16. We don't know Tyler's age. We don't know Tyler's age till, like, damn near the end of the book. But she's, like, 16. And then they put her in a facility, and next thing we know, it's been 2 years? She's still in this facility. It's like her parents don't even want to deal with her. They're just, like, pawn her off onto this facility. They're, like... It's like a rehab facility, but they also, like, teach you things, like school, and I get some of that. Obviously, she doesn't know how to cope with normal days. She's been, But, at the same time, she sat in that hole, and all she thought about was where her family was. That's what I mean. Like, she wanted her family. And here they are like, oh, we'll just put you in this facility. So she essentially went from, like, one prison to the next. And her family is, like, super awkward around her. Like, they don't know how to talk to her. They don't know how to be around her. Like, and it takes a while before she lets them, like, hug her. Yeah. And we find out from her older brother, he's, like, the only person in her immediate family, mom, dad, brother, who doesn't treat her, like, weird, like a stranger. He still treats her like she's the same sister he had before. And the grandma, which I don't know if you consider that grandma like immediate family, but yeah, her grandma is adorable. Her grandma is the best. Her grandma absolutely loves the shit out of her, and it makes her feel super safe around her grandma. The first time she sees her after 11 years, she immediately is like, yes, I want this woman to love me. And so she feels safe, but she doesn't feel comfortable in her house with her family. She doesn't feel comfortable around her family. She doesn't really feel comfortable in the facility with her roommate. Like, it's all really awkward. She's not 100% safe feeling. And her family will not let her find Tyler. They won't tell her where he is. They won't let her talk to him. They won't let her write him a letter to say thank you. They won't. And they told her that her dog was adopted by a family. That's what they told her. That her dog somebody adopted it. So it's been 2 years. She has no clue where her dog is. She has no clue where Tyler is. But deep down, she's still waiting for him. She's like, he's going to come back. Somehow my prince will find me again. And, so Tyler, right? So this poor girl's got a fucked up story. Then Tyler. his story is not much better. When Tyler was 17, he was pushed into a bonfire and burned most of the side of his face and a lot of his like arm. And he was taken to the hospital immediately. They did as much as they could for like bone grafts and skin grafts and all the things they do to save burn victims. His girlfriend at 17, who said she loved him the second he got burned, tells him she can't be with him no more. She refuses to even look him in the eye because she can't look at him because he's got all these burns. So he learns pretty quickly that obviously she only cared about his looks. And this was horrible for Tyler because, dude, I know. I fucking know. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, where's the happy ending, right? Both of them are so equally broken. So we find out that Tyler had a scholarship to go to college to play lacrosse. He was a straight A student with like a 4.0 GPA. He was a good kid that didn't really drink or smoke. And the bonfire was like the only time he really drank anything. And obviously bad shit happens. Now he's lost his girlfriend, he's lost his scholarship, everyone treats him like a freak show. They all talk shit about him, they all treat him like crap. And so in the hospital, you know, they give him morphine for the pain that he grew a bit of a pain addiction, you know, pain medicine addiction. So 2 years later, Tyler is now 19 and he's drinking and smoking and doing pills, and he's a dropout, and you know, all the things. His life has not gotten any better. And this one particular night, he's at a party trying to score some drugs from somebody, and he sees his ex-girlfriend, the one that dumped him because she couldn't look at him. She still won't meet his eye. She still won't look at him in the face. She says that she can't stomach his face. Can't stomach it. Like, he's so hideous that she can't look at him. It'll make her sick. And she's got a black eye because the guy she's currently dating apparently is abusive, and he's like, seems like you deserved it, right? And but because even though he's been broken up with her for 2 years, it still broke his heart, her saying things like, oh, I can't stomach your face. So he ends up getting absolutely trashed, and he goes home shit-faced drunk. His dad is waiting up for him because his dad's like, you know, doesn't want to, like, he knows his son's hurting. She's definitely not. She's horrible. He knows his son is hurting, and he doesn't want this for his son, right? But he also worries about his safety, so he waits up for him. He tells him he wants to take him to rehab in the morning because he can't watch his son fall apart anymore. He's like, let me take you to rehab. Tyler gets mad that his dad's even remotely insinuating that. He then storms out of the house on his motorcycle, drives off down the street. Last thing he sees is his dad chasing him down the road because he's so drunk that dad's worried about him driving. Next thing you know, Tyler wakes up in the hospital yet again. Because sure enough, Tyler's so shit-faced drunk, he drives his motorcycle right through the window of someone's house. Not only did he break several bones, but now he has glass all through his body, which only makes his scars worse because now there's glass in them. So he finds out his older brother Tanner, so he has 5 other siblings, there's 6 total, 1 girl and 5 boys. And his dad, yeah, exactly. His dad, he lost everything. Yeah, everything's gone. His whole life gone. And in one fell swoop. So, and nobody can help him. Nobody can fix it for him, and nobody understands what it feels like to have those everyone. I mean, they're in a small town, so everyone knows who he is, and they all treat him like, oh, there's the pariah. And so he finds out laying in the hospital that he's got several broken bones, he's got glass in certain parts of his body, he'll probably have more scarring. He's like, great, that's wonderful. But then on top of that, to make matters so much worse, he finds out that same night that he drove off, leaving his dad chasing him in the driveway, his dad had a heart attack and died before the ambulance could get there. So now he feels even more horrible because he feels like it's his fault his dad's dead. He caused it. It's his fault. Obviously, that's not how that works. You know, a heart attack is a heart attack. You can't control that kind of thing. But there's no telling him that. He feels like it's his fault. If he wasn't drinking and acting crazy and his dad chasing him down the street and all the things, then he'd probably be fine. So, where we are in the story currently, time has passed since all this. Because current Tyler that saved the girl, Tyler that killed the bad guy, Tyler is sober. He just lives in the woods and avoids people. He's essentially secludes himself. Yeah. So, and because he's sober now, when he feels like he wants to do some drugs or do some drinking, he goes to like an underground kind of fight club and he either lets them beat him up or he beats them up to feel better. That's how he handles it now when he's feeling overwhelmed. So, now we pan to the present. Present Tyler, present HeLLo. HeLLo is still, she's been in this facility for 2 years. She's now moved on to the, I don't know what to do. Do I just keep playing? Let me see. I mean, I guess. Alright, I guess more. I'm running out of space. I don't know what to do with all my stuff. So, she's staying, the facility she was in has like an it's like a residential side of it. He's not locked up. No, they didn't lock him up. Hey! What's wrong with you, man? Oh. Give me that Mountain Dew. Give me that Mountain Dew. Give me that Mountain Dew. I ain't playing with you, but give my Mountain Dew. What did you say? What is that? Let me see. No, he's not in here right now, Cameo. I just saw your message. Oh, you still little tiny dancing, guys. No, he's not in here right now. This is the person I play with on here a lot. The little dancing chick. Good. No, Phoenix and I are just talking about books. The really effed up book I just read, but it was also so beautifully broken that it made me cry a lot. I can't see it on this. Let me see. Oh. He asks me questions about it, alright? Alright? He lets me talk. I'm just playing Iron Banner, by the way. Not very good at it, but we're trying. I had on the wrong chest piece. But yeah, so she's living in the residential side of the facility now. She has like a little apartment with a roommate. So she's allowed to come and go as she wants. She just has to like sign in and sign out. But she's now 19. She's now 18. And her parents won't give her a phone, and they won't give her a car, or let her at least even take her driver's license. 18 years old, and they're like, no, she's not ready for it. Like, oh, she can't get ready for it. Like, what? What, letting him me talk about books? But, so, her roommate, she calls herself Feather. I don't think that's her real name, but that's what she calls herself. There's one day where she's like, let's go shopping. So Feather and her go to the mall. I don't know what he's doing. Oh. Says he's in the Nightfall. Him and Psycho are both doing the same thing separately. They're both in there, but they're separate. But yeah, so her and Feather go to the mall, they're gonna go shopping. So they won't give her a phone or a car, but they did give her like a debit credit card. Said spend as much as you want, buy whatever you want, right? And so she goes to the mall. She wants to get her hair done. She wants to buy some new clothes. You know, she doesn't know. She wants to feel normal, right? After 11 years. Oh shoot! His freaking wall. Exactly. She wants to nothing more than to feel normal. That's all she wants. She doesn't really care about clothes and shoes and all that. She just wants to be normal. But because those are things that normal people do, she just wants that. And just like Tyler, people recognize her everywhere she goes because it's a small town. Everywhere she goes, it's like, oh, you were the girl in the hole. Oh, you were the kidnapped girl. Oh, you were the. So it's like she can never get away from it. So she doesn't really like to go out in public very much either. So her and Feather are at the mall. They spend a bunch of money. She has a bit of a panic attack. And whenever she goes anywhere, she takes her little backpack with her. The backpack with her fairy tale books because they make her feel safe. They make her feel, I don't know. It's like the only thing that made her feel safe when she was in the hole for 11 years. That she has to have them. And her mom doesn't understand that. Her mom keeps wanting her to get rid of them. She needs those, alright? Let her have the damn books. So, so she has a bit of a panic attack because there's certain things that trigger memories from the bad man, and lipstick apparently is one of them. And, so she's trying to, like, calm herself down, and she's just a little upset. But they're on their way home from the mall. They bought a bunch of clothes. They bought some shoes. They did their hair. All the things. They ate at a restaurant. And they're headed back to their, like, dorm area. And, or their little apartment. And, right? Just wait till you find out about the dog. Just wait. So, she's driving down the road. She can't. Oh, she's not driving. Her friend's driving, but they're in the car. They get to a stoplight, right? They're at a stoplight. Next to them is a motorcycle, and the motorcycle driver, he's got a cigarette in his mouth, and he turns and he kind of looks at the car. He can't see inside the car because she has like super tint on her windows. But when he turns and looks at the car, he's looking right at Holly. He has on a mask. Like a half mask, like covering the bottom part, but he's not wearing a helmet, so she can see his face. And she realizes, because she saw Tyler's eyes, right? And she saw his face and everything. And she was not scared by the fact that he was burned up and scarred. And that was one of the reasons why he was staring at her so intently when all that happened, because he was like, she's not upset, she's not screaming, she's not creeping out. Like, he thought for sure, like, oh, she's scared of the bad man. I'm no better. You know, I look like a monster. That's what he's thinking, right? He looks like a monster, and most people are repulsed by his face. But she wasn't scared of him. But he had, the way they describe it, he had the most beautiful turquoise eyes. So she sees this guy looking inside the car, and she knows instantly that's her prince. And she's like, oh my God, there he is. It's been 2 years she hasn't seen him, and there he is. And he's, and in her mind, he's just as beautiful as she remembered him. That's what she says to herself, what she's thinking. And, but before she can, like, do anything, he drives off. And she's like, no, I lost him, now what? But now she realizes he must live here. He must live in town because they're in a small town, he must live nearby. So she's like, maybe if I venture out more, maybe I'll see him again. So, and one of the things that they went to and did that day, one of the places, they went to this little small, like a little shop. It's like a lot of handmade stuff, but also a lot of like little knickknacks, right? She recognized him, yes. She knew instantly who that was. He was the one that saved her and killed for her. He's her prince. That's what she calls him. And she begged her mom and dad to let her find him, let her write to him, let her meet him. She just wanted to thank him. At this point, it's not even remotely romantic, right? Like, not even close. He saved her. And he came for her. So, one of the places that her and Feather went to that particular day was this little shop that sold like knickknacks, homemade things, paintings, photographs, handmade jewelry, like a little, just like a little cute shop. And on the wall they have pictures. There's like 4 pictures. I think they're like 2 on top, right? And there's 4 pictures, and those pictures are trees in the middle of the woods, but all the trees are decorated like a Christmas tree, and there's snow, and she's staring at these pictures, and she is mesmerized about how beautiful. She was born on Christmas, and she's always been obsessed with Christmas. She loves everything about Christmas. So these trees are gorgeous with their decorations and the snow and the woods. And one of the pictures has a little fox, like a cute little fox sitting next to the tree, like a little red fox, you know. And she just loves them so much. She's just like, oh my gosh. And the lady who runs the store is like, she walks over to her and she says, they're beautiful, aren't they? And she's like, yes, they are. And she says, it's kind of like a fairy tale, like a legend. She goes, what do you mean? She explains that there's a legend here in town. They called the person Forest Santa, because somebody goes into those woods sometime during the month of December and decorates the trees to look like Christmas trees. Somebody in those woods. And it's been going around for about 20 years. 20 years of somebody decorating trees to be Christmassy. And she said no one's ever met him, but the children in town all love the story. They all love the trees. Everyone tries to go every year to find the tree, like where, because they're always different. They just randomly pick a tree in the woods and they decorate it. So that it's like a thing where they try to find the tree, and whoever decorates them leaves them up until like February. So they leave the trees decorated for like 2 months. And probably to help be able to decorate and undecorate without people finding him, right? Holly is absolutely mesmerized by these pictures, and she's like, these are so beautiful. And Feather walks up and she's like, she'll buy them. She'll take them. I want to say they said they were like $200 each. $200 each. So she buys all 4 pictures, right? So now it's getting close to Christmas, and she's got herself a little she's working out like a little yogurt shop. She's been wandering about a bunch trying to find Tyler. She has yet to find Tyler, but she's wandering. So she starts paying this taxi driver. There's a girl. She pays this taxi driver to take her to the woods where they say that these trees are decorated. It's getting close to December, you know. She's like, now's my chance. She wants to wander the woods to try to find the Christmas trees. So she pays the taxi driver to wait. You know, she's like, takes me there and then stay, pretty much. Like, stay there. Hold on, I got an email. What? What's this say? No, hold on a second. 1 second. Okay, sorry. No, it's not. It's Tyler. Tyler is the one that decorates the trees. So, which is why it's even cuter, right? So, she is in the middle of the woods. She's wandering about looking for her Christmas trees. And she's been out there for, I want to say she said it was like an hour or 2. And she's trying to find the trees. She's about to give up when in the distance, kind of off in the distance, she spots something shiny and shimmery. So she goes to look, and sure enough, she sees one of the Christmas trees, and she's like, oh my gosh, I saw it. So she starts to try to get closer to the tree, and then she hears somebody singing, but they're singing all like, not great, right? Because remember, his voice is all fucked up. So, okay, the reason why his voice is messed up is because when he drove his motorcycle through the window, some shards of glass jammed into his throat and like damaged his vocal cord. That's why his voice is fucked up. And they said that he may never speak again, but he can. It's just, if he speaks too much, sometimes it hurts. So he doesn't talk usually. So she's in the woods. She sees the tree. She hears some guy singing. He's singing Jingle Bells, but he's singing it like in his Tyler fashion. He's just singing it not the normal way. And then she spots her little dog. Her little white dog. His name was Poppy. He's next to the guy, next to the tree, in the woods. And she recognizes the voice about the same time that he turns to go do something, and she sees his face and she realizes, oh my gosh, my prince is the forest Santa. My prince has Poppy. So before she can run to him and be like, oh my god, there you are, I found you, he kind of like wanders off and disappears, and she's just like, where did he go? Like, he was just here, now he's gone. And then as she's walking, trying to find out where he went, somebody jumps out of a tree, like right next to her, like another tree. Except for he has one of those masks on. There's like a scary mask. And he's trying to scare her. He kind of is like right in front of her. He's trying to scare her, and she's looking at him, but she's not scared of him. And she just kind of stares at him for a minute, and then she says, okay, I'm gonna go now. And then she starts to back up, and then she turns around and walks away and leaves. Now, Tyler, in his defense, did not know that was her. I think he realizes it while he was staring at her. Maybe, kind of. Or at least she looked familiar-ish, but he wasn't sure. But because he lives in those woods, he tends to try to scare people out of them because he doesn't really want people to wander and find his house. So his instinct is usually like, leave me alone, people. Screw off. So he said had he known it was her, he probably wouldn't have done it, but he was very impressed by the fact that she wasn't scared at all. She's very brave. So the next day, she comes back. And this time, she's wandering around trying to find him again. Hold on, they're messaging me about that. So she's trying to find him again. So the next time she shows up, she finds his little house in the woods. And sure enough, there's Poppy, and then there's Tyler, and he's like working. He works with he's like a mechanic, but he also works with metal. Like he's good about crafting things with metal. He makes jewelry, he makes belt buckles and all that kind of stuff, but he also is like a mechanic too. There's things that his dad taught them. So yeah, she meets him in the woods, and she says about the dog, you know, you found my dog. She realizes, she says she wants to take her dog with her. She wants to take it back. And he doesn't say anything because he doesn't really talk, you know, and he just kind of looks at her and he's like, you know, whatever. Oh my gosh, I can't. So she tries to take the dog. He just kind of shakes his head like whatever. And then she tries to take the dog back to her apartment. But when she gets back to the apartment, her roommate Feather informs her, like, I'm so sorry, but you can't have the dog. You're not allowed to have dogs, you know, at the apartment. So now she's even more distraught, and she says, well, I can drive you. So Feather drives her back to give the dog back to Tyler, and she's like crying when she drops the dog off, and she asks him if it's okay if she can visit the dog, and he just kind of nonchalantly is just like whatever. Meanwhile, internally, he's half like confused why she's there, and half kind of happy that she's there because she's not freaking out. She's not staring at him like a, you know, disgusting person. At this point, he knows for sure who she is, obviously, and the fact that he saved her and she came back. But he also, like I said, he's so sheltered from people that he kind of wants her to go away because he doesn't really like people in his space. But he says she can come see the dog, right? Well, he doesn't know. This is gonna be like an everyday thing. She's just popping up trying to give the dog treats and give the dog food because when she was captured, there was always things she wanted to do special for her dog, but she couldn't because, you know, she was in a hole. So she comes over enough that they become like friends, and very nice. You got quiet. Are you still there? Woo! I just got stabbed. Dang it, team. Oh, that's the guy that was destroying me last time. What? Nice. The heck is the lethal abundance? Does that? What's a lethal abundance? This guy is fucking everyone up with it. It's Strand. Ugh! What? Why did this man... This guy's name is... This isn't Warframe. Titans are definitely making a comeback, it seems, sir. There's a lot of Titans running around. Yeah, he's like he like shot like 3 or 4 of my players with that lethal gun. That's Poppycock. Oh, it's Poppycock. No! Don't kill him! Summer. Yeah, me too. Yeah, you got quiet, so I wasn't sure if you were here, so I didn't want to tell any more of the story. Woo! Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wasn't sure. Ah! That man's just shotgunning me. I don't remember what the last thing I had said though, because I'm not sure how long you were gone. This mother trucker just sliding shotgun. Sliding shotgun. Oh my gosh, it's 3:30. I need to eat something. Excuse me? Killed by the architects? Yeah, the second time she went there, she met at the house, and she said she wanted to take her dog, and that she was so happy that he saved her dog, but could she have her dog? And she missed him so much, and he was like, you know, whatever. He just kind of like, whatever. He didn't really speak, and but she gets back to her apartment, and her roommate's like, you can't have the dog. The policy says no animals. So then she has to bring the dog back to Tyler, and she's really upset, and she's crying because she just wants to keep him. Oh my gosh. What just happened? I got him! That was so dumb. I thought there was people in there. Why do you say that? You mean about the kidnapping thing? Yeah, that's why it's so hard, because it's like, yes, it's fiction, but that shit happens all the time. Ugh. Yeah, so she goes back to his house and gives him back the dog, and she's crying, and she's saying, can she please visit Poppy, because she missed him so much, and she doesn't want to leave him behind, and Tyler's just like, whatever. Part of him isn't sure what to think of this girl. Part of him wants her to leave because, you know, he doesn't like people, and part of him kind of is intrigued by her because she's just so strong. Like, for her to have gone through what she went through, she's just so strong, right? Like, because on the outside, he's like, you wouldn't know looking at her, because now it's been a couple years, you know, and she's healthier, she's happier, she looks better. He didn't even know how old she was, because when he saved her, she did not look 16. But we find out near the end of the book that Tyler is 12 years older than she is, which I was not super happy with, but he never was creepy about it. And they were not romantic until like literally the very end of the book. And by then they're already engaged, so it wasn't weird. But everything about his house, the woods, he has a pet fox. That fox was the one that's in the picture with his cute little Santa trees, which we found out that the Santa trees, there was one year that him and his dad went to go cut down a tree for Christmas, and he said, I don't understand why we need to cut down the tree and take it home. Why can't we leave the tree for the animals? He's like, why can't we just like decorate it and leave it for the animals? So the next day, him and his dad went back and they decorated a tree for the animals, and they left it in the woods. So that was a Tyler and his dad tradition, which is why it's been 20 years, because he was like a little boy. And the dad said that you had to wear Santa hats when you did it, and you had to sing Christmas songs, which is why Tyler was singing Jingle Bells when he decorated the trees. And they always decorated 6 trees, and they left 6 fake presents because of him and his brothers and sisters. When his dad died, obviously he kept doing it by himself. It does seem like a lot, but the way that the way that they do it in the book doesn't seem creepy. Like I'm not sure how I feel about it, but at the same time, and it gets even more. Well, my sister and her husband were 12 years apart. I mean, it didn't work out, but that's for other reasons. Yeah. So we do find out. So Tyler was burned, right? Tyler was pushed into the bonfire at 17. This is when we find out the age gap and like that type of stuff. When she was kidnapped at 5 years old, the guy stopped to make a phone call, and he went to go use a payphone to make the phone call. So he stopped off at, it's like some small like little store, and he went to go use the payphone to call whoever, and she remembers him yelling and being angry on the phone. And she remembers sitting in the car, and there was a fire. She could see the fire through the trees, and there was people, and they were like laughing and having fun. So she jumped out of the car and ran over. Yeah, no, it's done so beautifully. So she runs over to the bonfire to try to get help, and she sees 2 people standing next to the bonfire. One's a girl, one's a guy. She tries to grab the girl's hand, and the girl just kind of like yanks her hand back and just kind of laughs at the little girl's in the girl's face. And then she tries to go to the boy, and she like grabs onto his shirt, and he turns around to look at her, and he's not sure, and he's thinking to himself like, where is this kid come from? Like what is the kid doing here? And then next thing he knows, he's being yanked around and shoved right into the bonfire. He did see the face of the person who shoved him, but there was really no time to react. Now, he blames himself all these years later because he finds out from her that was the night she got kidnapped. The night she got kidnapped, she escaped, and the bad guy is the one that chased her down, and he's the one that pushed Tyler into the fire because he was like in the way, and then he grabbed her and ran. Now, Tyler, when he found this out, he felt horrible because in his mind he's thinking the one night that he drinks just so happens to be the one night that this bad guy rolls up. If he hadn't have been drinking, he might have realized the situation was more dire than he thought. He might have been able to not fall into the fire. You know, maybe he could have caught himself before he fell into the fire. But then also on top of that, when he got to the hospital, you know, he was so out of it from the drinking and the pain and everything that he couldn't comprehensively tell, hey, by the way, there was a bad guy as a little kid. So he feels bad because in his mind he's thinking it's all his fault. He didn't help her. And she's thinking, oh my gosh, it's all my fault. If I hadn't have went to go get help from you, you wouldn't have been burned. He wouldn't have hurt you. So, like, the last face that she saw before she was kidnapped was also the first face that she saw when she was rescued. It's the same guy. Oh, here it is. So their story was tied to each other from the get-go. He was always supposed to be her prince. So the way that the book ends is that he asks her to marry him in this adorable fashion. She, of course, says yes. He buys them a cute little 2-story cottage in the woods so she can live out her dreams of being in the woods because she loves them. She loves the garden, the trees, the fox, the dog. Both of them don't really like people, but he moves them to a new little town so they're not as... She is not going to be as noticeable. No one's going to be like, oh my god, it's the girl in the hole. And Tyler's going to learn to just get over it and not let people, you know, talk shit to him because she thinks he's beautiful. She doesn't want to change nothing about him. And he shit talks her mom and dad about how your daughter's alive. Your daughter, by all accounts, could have been killed. She's not. She survived. And yet you don't treat her like a daughter. You treat her like a stranger. And she gets her parents to shut the fuck up and be parents again. So in the end, they get married. They have 2 kids, which they tell us in the very end. They have like a little snippet. So the end of the story is them being married and having their cute little cottage. And at the very, very back, there's just a small little page where it talks about how it's like an obituary. How the 2 of them both died of old age. She was 73, he was 85. Unfortunately, they both died of cancer, which is horrible. But they died within a week of each other. So neither one of them had to live very long without the other. And that she grew up to be a children's book author, which was the one thing that kept her going all 11 years. She wrote children's books. And she would make them about the fox and the puppy. And they ended up having 2 kids, and their kids had a bunch of grandkids, and it was just happy. But the 2 of them were so equally broken that they needed each other. It was just such a horribly sad, but really, really beautiful story. No, and he eventually got over that. He was just like, bruh, this is my fault. And she was like, no, this is my fault. But then they got over it. And they figured it out. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, see, if they had done that part of the story, like the intimacy part of the story, differently, it would have made no damn sense. But the way that the lady wrote it was like perfect. Like they had been together for months and months and months at that point, and they were engaged. But yeah, no, that was the one thing about her prince. The second she saw him, there was just something about him that made her feel safe. That was partly why she was so drawn to him. And after being with such a horrible person for so long, she could kind of sort of tell when somebody was not a good person, you know? Yeah. So she could tell he was not a bad guy at all. And the fact that he literally killed for her. He killed the bad guy. Made her feel even safer. If he had just been arrested, she probably would have been looking over her shoulder forever, but because he was killed, she could officially, like, try to move on.
What
Yeah, I think this one's better. Yeah, no, 100%. He didn't do anything crazy by saving her, and really it came down to, like, the guy was trying to stab him with a knife, you know? Yeah, that man, we found out, like, that man was absolutely horrible. Like, not only did he do a lot of very inappropriate things, but he also used to cut her and burn her with cigarettes. And he also, like, wrote the words "mine" on her stomach. Like, he carved it into her. So, yeah, no, he 100% deserved to die. A lot. One of the things that Tyler did that was so adorable was that he had this blanket on his couch. Like, the first time that she actually came into his tiny little house and she was sitting on his couch, she was talking about how he had this blanket. It was magic. It was so soft. She said it was a magic blanket, and that she never had a blanket like this. And because when she was in the hole and or the basement, she slept on her backpack, and he just gave her like a shitty little sheet. She's like, I never had a magic blanket. So, being that he doesn't go out in public, like, ever, and he avoids people like the plague, he drove around for hours trying to find her a soft, magical blanket. He went to Bed Bath & Beyond, and he was sitting there touching, rubbing up on each one of the blankets, like, trying to figure out which one's soft. One of the ladies at the store, being a typical Karen asshole, was like, you can't touch all the blankets, that's unsanitary. And he's looking at this other lady right next to him doing the exact same thing. He's like, she's fucking touching them. So then this other employee walks over, and she's like, ignore her, how can I help you? And he says, I just want a soft one. And she's like, well, we have this and this and this. And he sits there and he feels them on. He can't decide which one he wants, so he buys 2 of the softest ones. And then she tells him how she knows who he is, because her uncle was the bad man, and that they're all better off that he killed him. Which didn't make Tyler feel better. It you know, he kind of hates that people know that about him, but at the same time, it didn't make him, like, feel upset either. He can only, if she's saying that, he can only imagine what other people the bad man might have actually hurt, you know? So, but then that night, he takes her she comes back to his little house to see, you know, him and the puppy, and he gives her the blankets. He tells her that the one for her house and one for his house for when she comes over. And she was so excited about her magical blankets that he bought her. He also gave her a cell phone, because remember I told you her parents wouldn't give her one. He got her a little shitty prepaid cell phone. And he taught her how to drive a car so she could pass her driver's test. And then he bought her like a little beater car, because his brother works in a mechanic shop. He bought her a little car that had like 90,000 miles on it to give it to her. Yeah, he helped her in so many different ways. And all of that was before they were even romantic. That was just stuff that he was just like, this poor girl had her whole life taken from her. He's like, her parents need to get their head out of their ass. Like, she deserves the world. So he was like, you deserve to have a phone. You deserve to know how to drive a car. You deserve to have a car. You shouldn't have to be trapped, you know. But of course, as he's doing these things for her, he's slowly but surely falling for her. But he kept trying to tell himself no, because he was still worried that she would reject him. Because at one point in time, she had said something about them being friends, and she thought for sure, he's like, she's gonna reject me. She doesn't want me. So he never tried to pursue her. But little did he know that she was like crushing on him just as hard. Like at that point in the story, like she could only see herself hanging out with him. She could only see herself liking him. Whenever her brother tried to set her up on a date, she didn't want him. Yeah. 100%. We did find out that the mom, she's clearly not handling the fact that her daughter came back from the dead essentially very well, but we did find out that the mom absolutely went to a depressed wreck. Like mentally, physically, she was absolutely a wreck when her daughter went missing. She looked for her for a long time, and she kind of was like in a depression for like 6 years before she got pregnant again with her, like the girl's little sister. It wasn't until the little sister was born that she kind of she forced herself to like get over it, kind of, to try to move on. So the mom wasn't really a bad person. She just didn't know what to do. Like when you kind of come to terms with the fact, like, okay, my daughter's dead. It's been 6 years. She's probably dead, right? And then 5 years later, she comes back and guess what? She's not dead. What are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? Oh, she did. No, she did. And now her daughter, last time she saw her, she's 5. Now she's 16. She's like, what do I do? And the little sister was told that she had a sister who was in heaven. And the next thing you know, just kidding, your sister's not dead. So she also was like fascinated by the older sister because she's not dead. She came back from the dead. So I don't blame them. And also, I think the cell phone thing, the car thing, the mother was so terrified. She would say stuff like, don't walk on the street, stay away from people, make sure you stay in the building. Like, she was very, very paranoid about her still getting kidnapped again, right? Like, you can't go there because this will happen. You can't go. So it's like, in her way, not giving her a phone, not giving her car, she was trying to protect her because she was terrified. Yeah. But she just didn't do it in a very good way, because the way she came across was that she didn't want her. That was the vibes that the girl got from her mom, was that my mom doesn't want me. My mom wished I was dead. So after Tyler, like, verbally shoved his boot up her ass, and told her, like, look, bitch, get your shit together. Essentially. He showed up at her job and was like, I'm not fucking leaving. It was after they got engaged. They were going to have a housewarming party / engagement party, and he invited all of their family members, and she didn't respond to the message, and he was not having that. He was like, you better get your bitch ass over here. He said, you're going to show up to the house, and you're going to pretend to be happy for your daughter, because she deserves the world. He's like, and you're going to show up to our wedding, because for whatever reason, she wants you to be there. Yeah, well, not only that, but the bad guy used to tell her things like, your mom and dad don't love you no more, they've replaced you, they don't care about you, no one's gonna come for you, no one's gonna save you, like, he would say all these horrible things to her that it's really hard for her to not believe them, But her prince came for her, so he wasn't completely right. Yeah, dude. It's hard not to have, like, a little crush on Ty at the end of the book, because it's like, damn, he really took care of her. I still don't like the age gap, though. The age gap kind of makes me, like, a little annoyed. But I get why they did it. They wanted to tie the stories together. And you can't really tie a story of a kid getting pushed into a bonfire if he's only, like, 12 or something. So they had to make him older. And I guess 12 years, even though I don't like it, she was 19 before they even started hanging out, and she was probably closer to 20 before they got engaged, before they were, like, intimate. So, and he was never once, like, creepy, or, like, he never once tried to, like, pressure her, groom her, none of that weird shit. So it wasn't done in like a distasteful way. I just don't really like age gaps. I'm not a fan of the age gap story. Weird. Is this the Star Wars stuff? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, in this scenario, the way they tied it all together, like, I get why they did it. They had to make it for the story. Yeah. Yeah, like, when I'm picking a book, if I find out that there's, like, an age thing, I'm like, not a fan. My favorites are the enemies first, where they, like, hate each other and then they fall in love. But I don't mind them being a couple years apart, but... I was like, what is that? Dustin's like talking to somebody. Arc? We can do that. Okay, we can do that. Yeah, so now I'm going to read this one. It says, the 911 call from a small child sends the idyllic California town of Oak Knoll into a tailspin. A brutal crime scene is discovered. The body of Marissa Fordham with her young daughter HeLLo are injured but alive. Sheriff Tony Mendez faces a puzzle with nothing but pieces that won't fit together. To assist with his witness, HeLLo, which is the child, he calls in his teacher-turned-child advocate, Anne, who's already the star witness in a sensational murder trial. As Tony and Anne begin to peel back the layers of Marissa and Fordham's life, they find a clue fragment here and another there, and just when it seems Marissa has taken her secrets to the grave, they uncover a fact that puts Anne and HeLLo directly in the sights of a killer. Marissa Fordham never even existed. So Marissa Fordham was discovered with her young daughter HeLLo, but she don't exist, bro. Yeah, the one that I read before this one by the same author was this serial killer novel about a guy he had taken a girl and he had her captured for a while, and then he killed her, and these kids at a school stumbled upon her dead body, and they tried really hard to make us think that the guy who killed the girl was the sheriff deputy, and that his son, which was one of the kids that found it, they tried to make it, because it was like 4 different kids. But I realized pretty quickly, based off of the context clues and the fact that that's never really how it works out, was a lot of times when there's like a smart serial killer, I mean, like, look for instance in this other book where Holly was kidnapped by a married man with 2 kids and a job as a teacher. Nobody would suspect that as being an absolute creep, right? So, the sheriff's deputy, he drinks, he smokes, he's a bit abusive to his wife, verbally, emotionally, physically. He does not really fit the style of a intelligent serial killer who's killed and dumped bodies. So it doesn't make sense. Now, the main character, the main of the 4, the main boy, his father, on the other hand, is like a scientist. He's very meticulous. He's very intelligent. He's very put together and planned. he's also married to an absolute batshit crazy woman who is very like, do this, do that, go here, go there. She's an absolute a-hole. So, what better way to get rid of pent-up stress from a nagging, horrible wife than to go kidnap and murder people, right? Yeah, she's horrible. So I learned pretty quickly, based off of the context clues, that he's our bad guy. And I was right. Shit. How that one ended up ending was that just to say that. They ended up figuring out who the bad guy was, but the mom like fled. She took the boy and then fled. And they didn't, I feel like she might have known. Like she knew, she didn't stop what he was doing. She knew about it, but I don't know how much she knew. So at the end of the first one, she kind of like took off. And Anne, who he was talking about in this one, his friend Anne, she was the teacher that worked, or that was the kid's teacher. And yeah, I was right. No, I called it pretty quickly. I was like, nah, this guy is too fucking perfect. On paper, he's too perfect. They're never that perfect. There's always some kind of flaw. So, the science guy was just, he was too good of a husband, he was too good of a father, he was too polite and nice to them whenever they would discuss things. There was just something off about him. So, yeah, he was the guy. And, but Anne was the teacher of the boy, and she started dating the main detective on the case, and they fell in love and they got married at the end of it, which was cute. And he retired, so that's why in this one, Tony is our main detective. He was like working with the other guy before, so I'm assuming from that book to this book, he must have gotten a promotion because now he's the head detective guy. But he helped solve the case last time. He was really helpful in that last case, and she went on to marry the main detective, but she was really good with the kids and teaching and whatnot, that she took that and turned it into like almost like no, it's him, what do you call, like a criminal, like a criminal person, but with kids. The kind of people that like help kids cope, and almost like a child psychology kind of a thing, I guess. So she's more than just a teacher now. She's shifted. Oh my god, I cannot kill anybody right now. Hey! What's wrong with you, man? What's up, Joker? Hello. I'll have to check it. Give me that Mountain Dew. Give me that Mountain Dew. Give me that Mountain Dew. I ain't playing with you, but give me my Mountain Dew. Let me check. Thank you so much for the resub. A lot of people have crazy ones. You can't just go around going, rate. Right. Hello. I'm failing miserably at trying to play Destiny. It's not working out. I'm supposed to be getting arc kills, and I just can't do it. So how's things? How you doing? Oh. Ah, what the? Dustin's over there watching TV. See? Can't kill nobody. Yeah, I'm only gonna stream like 35, 40 more minutes because I got stuff to do. I've been on for like 2.5 almost. We did like what? I think I did like 6.5 or so yesterday. Not too bad. I was gonna do more, but my stream was messing up. I was gonna just stream straight through dinner, but my my internet like crashed or something, and then we had problems with the Elgato, so that was fun. That was fun. Now we're just talking about books. Yeah, Joker's been around for a minute. No, he said he remembers you being around. 82? How long was yours? I can't remember how long yours is. What did you do? What did you do? Gosh. Jeez. How dare you? So, I'm gonna let you guys know, we have a stage 4 clinger in the Discord. He was in here yesterday in the stream. He doesn't come in very often. I'm not sure if I should block him, ban him, I'm not sure. So, a while back, you know how whenever I stream, I always post in the like announcement section, like a picture, and then I'll say live now, or about to be live, or whatever, you know, and I tag the whole Discord. So he went through that section, the live section, and he scrolled and saved 271 pictures of me over the course of 2 years, and then made like a weird collage and then sent it to me like as a private message. And I was like, that's yikes, buddy. I think he is foreign because the way he types, you know, when someone doesn't speak English as their first language, they kind of type that way too. So I don't think he's American, but still. And then he messages me a lot, asking me like, what are you playing? What are you doing? He starts to send me friend requests to see if I'll be his friend on Discord. I don't know what the point of being friends on Discord is, because like we can already talk to each other in the regular Discord, so why do you need to be friends? I don't know. So I told him that. I'm like, there's no point in being friends on Discord. So I know. And then so he messages from time to time saying like, how's things, or what are you doing, or what game is it? I don't really mind messaging directly if it's not inappropriate, like a you know, what games are you playing today, or, but at the same time you can put it in the regular feed. Like you can ask me that in the main Discord. I don't know why you have to privately message it, you know? So it's just a little weird. And then yesterday he come in and he was like asking why I don't check my messages and why I'm not in the Discord, and why, and can I have a channel for him to talk to me. And I assume he means a live channel, like to open a voice channel. And I'm just like, It's the guy, yesterday's picture that I posted when I said, hey, I'm live. He posted like a GIF. That's the guy. So, I don't know. I feel like it's a little strange. Not sure how I feel about it. We got some clinger. I don't know what you guys think. Should I ban him? Should I block him? Or should I just avoid him? What do I do? What do I do? Like, I thought the 271 pictures thing was a bit... That's a bit creeps, right? But now he's like messaging like crazy. And it popped up in the stream. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be mean because, like I said, I don't think he's from America, and maybe he doesn't realize how creepy that all is. I don't know. But at the same time, like, he could 100% know and not care. I don't know. Damn it, I missed. Oh, there he is. Found him. Ow. How is this man surviving? Yeah, he had like a sliver of health. Bruh. Right now, Titans are a pain in my ass because I'm not rocking the new arc that everyone else is rocking. But they're all rocking it. And they're hiding behind their little arc shields. And they're just arcing, what do you call it? The detonation arc something. It's a lot. I also don't have all the meta stuff that everyone else does. I use like not... Oh my gosh! I got fusion rifled. Oh, and then the other day I'm streaming and somebody on YouTube, cause you see how you can see my leg? Like a little tiny bit of my skin. He's like, can you stand up please? Does this man think I'm naked? Like, I don't understand. Like, why do I need to stand up? It's just weird. Like, why do weirdos have to comment? Like, just keep your weirdness quietly, please. So Cameo's been on like high alert. she's like, it's a creep in there. She's like, I'll fuck him up. Haven't played it. I know you've played it. You mean like recently? In a while? Oh! I got super. Okay, I was gonna say, there's no way you haven't played it. I know you played Apex. Oh man. I know you have. Yeah, right now it's what, how good you are at the game? Or do you mean the fact you haven't played that either? Yeah, I also have not really played. I played 2 games of Apex like a week and a half ago, but I wouldn't really say that's playing. It was literally like one game where I died pretty quickly, and a second game where I came in second place, but that was because I hid and camped my little bitch ass out to try to avoid everybody. What? Excuse me? Yeah, so I'll play for like another like 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I gotta start dinner. I have to boil the chicken because what I'm making, I need boiled chicken. I have it in the sink because it was frozen. Hopefully it's thawed enough for me to boil it. So I gotta boil the chicken. I need to go outside and check on my chicken because I let her out in the backyard. And that was a while ago. Okay, good. And then, I gotta start some laundry. Son of a bitch. No! What is he even doing? Nova Warp? That must be something newer. But yeah, so I gotta start dinner, start laundry, check on my chicken. I took off my makeup after last night's stream, and I got... What the fuck? I was so confused. I thought it was in the house. Because I have both my heads, both my ears in. I'm like looking around. Oh my gosh, Joker. Thank you for the bits. What the fuck? Oh man, that was so loud. Having both headphones in? Damn. Damn. I want to thunder crash somebody, but I need them to be together. Yikes. Thank you so much for the bits. I sometimes I forget I have those. Oh! So loud. Thank you. Oh man. I appreciate it. Damn. Yeet. I feel like I need to yell. What? It's so loud. Thank you.
But did you know that there's music app
Oh
where you
my
can
goodness.
playlist based on whatever mood you're in?
The air horn one is like really loud.
Get YouTube Music Premium.
Holy Shamarley. Thank you so much for the beards. Yeah, they will go towards our goal, which is technically we hit it last night because Fallen donated some. And then we had a couple people resub. I had somebody come into the stream because I keep a tally of everyone's subs because the couple of friends that use their Prime sub, they have me let them know when it's ready to renew because they don't really watch Twitch. So I keep like a little list, like a little sticky note. So I noticed somebody who subbed yesterday, but they didn't share that they subbed. It's just on there. Like they subbed and then left, which means they've been subbed before. And I can't remember who the heck they are. Like the name looks familiar, but I can't remember. I'm like, are they active in the stream? I don't think so. So they subbed. And then somebody else, oh, Psycho gifted a sub. So we've got a couple extra subs. Because you... It's so loud. The first one's not as loud, but the longer it goes, it's louder. Oh my gosh. I may not be able to hear afterward. Thank you so much for the beats. Oh man. Killing me, Smalls. I appreciate you. I think, is that your favorite? Oh man. I'm gonna keep those. No, I could scrap that one. Yeah, so we got a couple subs. You subbed, they subbed, Phoenix subbed yesterday, so like all those subs. Plus Fallen donated some. Where technically this is... Oh, music stopped. My music stopped. Okay. But yeah, this plus all of what you're doing now. And it will go through, it just does it automatically a little bit later in stream. But thank you so much, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I was worried because I took off like all last week. I was doing deliveries. I made a little bit of money, not like anything crazy, but I made some money doing shipped and Uber Eats that I was like, I really need to keep it up. So I was worried that you guys wouldn't be in the stream because I took off so much time. But it's been a pretty decent stream this weekend. I didn't stream Friday, partly because I couldn't figure out what to play, and partly because... Oh, I needed to shower and I looked like a damn ogre. Or did I stream? No! Did I stream? I don't even remember now. I might have. I might have. Oh, I did! I ended up streaming anyway, even though I looked hideous. Okay, I remember now. I remember now. I don't remember if anybody was in the stream though. But regardless. A game about digging a hole. Me? A game about... No, I think I played this on Friday. Did you play a game about digging a hole? What did you play? What on earth game would be digging a hole? What? Is there a holes game like the movie? Holes? Yeah, I played Iron Banner on Friday night, and then yesterday we did a lot of like dungeons and stuff. Look it up on YouTube. Okay, I'll look it up. What's it called though? Shit, I knew it. That's what the game is called? Oh. Okay. I'll look it up. Is it on PC? So, bitch, I just got triple teamed. They spawn shifted on us. But yeah, so needless to say, I will be doing a lot of deliveries again this week. I have early release for the kids on Wednesday, so I'm not sure what Wednesday is going to look like. I don't know if I should stream for a couple hours or if I should do some deliveries, but regardless, he just barely, which gun is this? They're just like barely tapping it. Oh shit, of course. Sometimes some of the lipstick, like, it's actually a stain, lip stain, but it like moved on my lip. Almost like it's trying to rub off or something. I don't know. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Why did I not eat today? I'm so hungry. I woke up late, that's why. Some bitch! I woke up at like, well, I went to bed late as hell, and then I woke up late, and then I laid in bed for a while because I had no energy because I was like a zombie. By the time I got out of the bed and went to go make my coffee, it was already like 11:30. I had to do some dishes. What? I hate it when some of the guns make me flinch. It's really annoying. If I couldn't hit him because I was around the corner, how come he can hit me because I was around the corner? Like I couldn't see you. How did you hit me? Shit. My aim was kind of shite there. I'm glad his was equally shite. That fucking guy, dude. The Immortal Juans. That's funny. Instead of Immortal Ones, it's Immortal Juans. Excuse me? I was around the corner! What? At least it let me keep my fucking super. Oh my gosh. Nova Bomb, Nova Bomb. Hammers, axes, Nova Bomb.
Salimos para la carretera, la gente a mí me pregunta y yo le digo que yo
The stupid fucking flinch, dude! I could aim if my gun wasn't flinching. Like, I don't understand why that's a thing. What the fuck? He's over blink striking all over the fucking place. Horrible. Should have been 2 people. Apparently not. Apparently they disappeared. Ah! No! Shit! Where did you come from? I don't like fighting Titans in Crucible. Where did he go? Oh, what the? I went to go look at him, I about fell. Oh my god, what just happened to me? I was over there and all of a sudden I was over here. Oh, I think I'm done. I think that's it. I think I've had enough fun. Not. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the tower and get rid of my stuff. Oh my gosh, can you hear my stomach growling? Yikes. Alright, I'm gonna go to the tower. I'm gonna look at all my postmaster stuff, scrap some things, and then I gotta dip out. I will not be on tomorrow or Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't know. Because he gets out of school at like 12:50. Which means I'm usually in the car line around 12. So it doesn't exactly give me a lot of time to stream. It would be like a 2-hour stream. Because I take kids to school at 6:30, 8, and 9. By the time I get on stream, it would probably be closer to like 9:30, 9:45. And that wouldn't give me a lot of time for noon. So, but it also doesn't give me a lot of time to do deliveries. So I'm not sure what I'm doing. I could do like one order or like a small 2-hour stream. So we'll see. We'll see. So, but I'll definitely be doing deliveries Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Friday is groceries. So if I don't see you Wednesday, for sure, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to try, no matter what, I'm going to try to stick to that regardless of everything else. Because if I can make some monies from doing deliveries, then I kind of got to stick. We did hit our goal this month though, so woohoo! Woohoo! Plus a little bit over it. So yay! Feel good about that. But I am gonna try to stream for sure weekend, possible Wednesday. It depends on how quick and easy everything is Wednesday morning. Can I get these kids up and out of here? Up and out of here. You know? Now we're gonna go here. $11? What's this? 13, 16. What does he have for me? Nothing. Everybody's got something, and I have no space to take any of it. So, bitch. I don't think I'm gonna go through this right now. I have too much stuff. Can I delete stuff? I have some space.
Kid is in the jungle. Kid is in the jungle. Kid is in the jungle. Yeah, that. Kid is in the jungle. Kid is in the jungle. Kid is in the jungle. Yeah, that.
I'm gonna change my outfit real fast. Let's see. I actually really like that.
What's up? The Covers Only North American Tour starts in 3 weeks. If you don't have your tickets yet, head to ourlastnight.com and pick them up. See you then.
I actually kind of dig that. Alright, let's see. Hell yeah. Alright, that's what we look like. I like it. Hell yeah. Look at them. Not stripper boots. Woo woo. Very nice. Alright, that's it for me. I've been on for 3 hours and 8 minutes. That took 8 minutes to change my clothes. Jeez. I'm gonna go do some laundry. I'm gonna do some cooking. And I'm gonna put the chicken to bed. Well, actually, no, not yet. I'm gonna check on her. I have not checked on her since this morning, so hopefully she's still in the backyard. She has been weaseling her way out of the backyard, so we'll see. But thank you so much for being here, for being awesome. Thank you so much for all the bits. Thank you so much for all the bits and the subs and the love. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.